Now let us start about friend function. Okay, so the next function which we have in our syllabus is friend function. So what is meant by friend function? Already we have seen static class members, right? So static data member and static member function. And one of the concept called access specifier we have discussed in C++, right? Which we don't have in your C programming. So there are three types of access specifiers we have discussed, right? Public, private, and protected. And you all know that if I define or if I declare a particular variable under public mode, then those variable and member function can be accessed from outside of the class. But if I declare any variable or member function under private mode, then we cannot access it even from the main program. So this is the logic which we have discussed under access specifier, right? So, but in certain cases, while writing a program, I want some of the member function to be declared under private mode, but I want those member function to be accessed from outside the class, right? So then how I can do that particular thing? So to do so, we need to go for the friend function concept, right? So even a non-member function can access this particular member function if it is declared as a friend function. Okay, so as the name says, whenever we are going to share anything, we used to share all the important events with our friends, right? So with anyone else we won't share, but with our best friends we used to share all the secrets, right? So similar like that. So whenever we are writing any large program, it may have more number of classes. So inside that classes, we may assign certain member functions as private member functions. Then the meaning is a non-member function cannot access that private data of a particular class, right? So if it is declared as a friend function, then with which class it is declared as a friend function, those class members can have access to this particular data member, right? One of the OOPS concept we have called the data hiding, right? So if I want my data to be hidden from outside the class, then I can declare it under the private mode. Then what will happen? From outside the class, no other variables or no other member functions can change the value of this particular private data member or the private member function. So that is the rule we have, right? So that is one of the important concept in OOPS, right? So in such cases, if I wish to share any particular member function, even though it is declared under private mode, then I need to go for the friend function concept, right? So let us see what is this friend function and where we are going to use this. See, so first let us discuss what are the points we have related to friend function. So the first point is, as I told, the private members cannot be accessed from the outside the class, even from the main function. And the second point is, a non-member function cannot access the private data. So the private data of a particular class can be accessed only by its own members, right? So it cannot be accessed from a non-member, right? Which means other class members cannot access the private data of this particular class, right? So that is the second point. And the third point here, the C++ allows the common function to be made friendly with both the classes, right? So one member function, if I wish to keep it as a friend function, then that particular member function can be accessed by more than one class. Okay, so that we can use it as a common function, and that particular function definition can be used by both the members, right? So even though it is the private data of a particular class. Then the next thing is how we are going to make a particular function as a friend function. So in the syntax, we are going to include the keyword friend, right? So previously we know how we are going to declare the member function. The syntax is return type member function name within bracket argument. Then if it is a friend function, very simple. So if it is a friend function, what we are going to do? We are going to precede it with the friend keyword. Let me show you. Okay, so in this syntax I have given, right? So I have used the friend keyword. So we are going to use friend keyword preceded by return type function name argument. So if I make any particular member function as a friend function, if I give this particular keyword, then the compiler will differentiate and the compiler will identify the particular member function as a friend function, right? And then A function can be declared as friend in any number of classes, right? So one common member function, we can make it as a friend function for any number of classes. There is no restriction. Okay, and at last, not only the member function, the class can also be made as a friend class, right? So that option is also available. Since we have friend function concept, just we are discussing this in our syllabus, based on our syllabus. Okay, so and remember another thing, friend function, if we are making it as friend, then obviously inside the class declaration part we need to declare that particular member function. Okay, so it is not like a member function, but outside the class if we declare, then it is like a non-member function. Okay, so obviously whenever we are making a particular function as a friend function, in whichever classes we are going to use it as a friend function, we need to keep that particular function in the class declaration part, right? And it should be preceded by the friend keyword, so using which the compiler will identify the particular member function as a friend function. Okay, then what are the characteristics of friend function? Okay, so the friend function cannot be called using the object, as we know that all the member functions and the data member of a class can be accessed from the main program with the help of object, right? Object dot member function name. But the friend function cannot be accessed using the object, right? Why? Because actually the friend function is not a member function, it is a normal function. Since we are making it as a friend function, we need to declare it under the class declaration part, right? So the friend function can be invoked like a normal function. Okay, so how we used to call the normal function? Just by calling the function name, we will be calling a normal function, right? In the same manner, we can invoke the friend function without the help of an object, right? And it can be declared either in public or in private mode or in protected mode also, right? There is no restriction. Okay, so the friend function can be declared in any type of access specifier. Why? Because since we are going to make it as a friend, even if we declare in the private mode also, no problem. From anywhere from the program, we can have access with this friend function, right? And the next characteristics is it has the object as an argument. Okay, so the friend function will be having the object as its argument. So we won't supply any values, but instead we are going to pass the argument. And then the member function of one class can be made friend function of another class. So this one we know. Okay, so if any particular class, if it has any one function, and if I wish to use the same function in another class also, so I can make the particular function as a friend function, right? And all the member function of one class can be made as a friend function of another class. So there is no restriction that within one class only one member function should be made as a friend. All the member function can be made as a friend function, right? So these are the characteristics of friend function. And one more point we need to discuss. See, so I didn't specify here. When we are going to define the yeah, here I have mentioned. See, so the function definition, the friend function definition will not use the scope resolution operator, right? So if it is a normal case, when we are going to define the member function outside the class declaration part, we will be using the scope resolution operator, right? So a friend function will not have the scope resolution operator, and at the same time it won't have friend keyword also. So where we are going to use friend keyword, the friend keyword will be used only in the declaration part, right? So remember, function declaration is different, function definition is different, right? So whenever we are going to declare a particular function, there I have to keep the friend keyword. But whenever I am going to define a particular member function, if it is a friend function, so obviously the friend function will be defined outside the class declaration part. So since we are declaring outside, we won't go for the scope resolution operator, or we should not use the friend keyword, right? So these are the another points which we need to remember. Okay, so now let me show you the example for friend function. See, here I have declared one class called XYZ, right? So I have another class called ABC. So under private mode, so here I am defining the ABC class definition, right? So ABC class definition we are giving here. So the access specifier is private, and I have a private data member A. Under public mode, I am creating two member functions. One is get data, the second one is void max, right? So since I'm going to make this max member function as friend function, right? So I'm going to make it as a common function for both the classes. So here I am declaring it as a friend function. So the syntax for friend function is it should start with friend keyword, then return type of a member function, the member function name, and within argument we need to have the class names, right? So here itself we can pass the object also, no problem, but I'm just giving only the classes as the argument. Obviously the friend function will be having the argument, right? So I'm finishing the class declaration part here. So next I'm going for class XYZ, right? Class XYZ definition. So here you just see here. So under private I'm creating one private variable B. Then under public access specifier, the same way just like ABC class, here also I'm going for get data member function, and so the void max member function, since we have made it as a friend function, here also I have to give that particular member function, right? So whatever member function we are making it as a friend function, in how many classes we are going to make it as a friend function, in all the classes we need to declare it in the class declaration part, right? So inside the class declaration part we have to declare the particular member function as a friend function, right? And another thing you can remember here, see I have used the get data function in both the classes, right? So we won't have any problem here. So the same function name I have used in both the classes, but the only difference is this get data member function comes under ABC class, this get data member function comes under XYZ class, right? Then how I am going to differentiate, how the compiler will identify which particular get data member function it has to call. So based on the object which we are going to create, right? So the ABC class will have one object, XYZ class will have another object. So anyway, using the object only we are going to access the member functions, right? So with the help of that this am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, so based on the object we can call the particular data member, right? So this is how we are going to access the get data member function. Okay, so now we have finished the class declaration of part of both the classes, right? So now let us move for the function definition. So first I need to define the get data member function. So I'm defining like this, right? So all the member functions I'm defining outside the class declaration part. And second I have defined the get data member function of XYZ class, right? So I got the value of A and B. And next I need to define the friend function, right? So the what is the rule we have seen to define the friend function? So even though we are defining the friend function outside the class declaration part, it won't have the scope resolution operator, right? There is no scope resolution operator and there is no friend keyword used here. So we have defined it just like a normal member function, right? Not member function, just like a normal function definition which we used to do in C programming, right? So normal member function function definition, how we will be doing in the same manner here also I have defined the friend function. So you can see here, right? So this is how we have defined. See, void max. So within bracket I'm using the two classes for which I have made this particular member function as a friend function, right? So for ABC class I have kept one object, and for XYZ I have kept another object, right? So remember, these objects need not be same as the object which I am going to create inside the main program. Okay, so here I have created this two arguments just as a reference for the two classes, right? So no problem, we can have different variables also, there is no problem. Okay, so because you would have studied this particular concept, actual argument and the common argument which we will call, right? So in C programming, while calling the function, we used to do two types of arguments, right? Can anyone answer what are the two types of arguments? Actual parameter and formal parameters. Can you remember? Right? So we have two things, right? Actual parameter and formal parameter. So this may be the formal parameter, but whenever we are passing, so that will be the actual parameter, right? So from in the function call place, we will be passing the arguments. So that will be the actual one, and this is the formal one. So while defining in general, we can give anything, right? So it will map with this. Okay, so here just I'm comparing the value of two variables. So if I'm using this reference m dot a, if it is greater than n dot b, then in cout first class variable is max. If this condition is true, right, then it has to print the value of a. Else it has to print the value of b. Right, so this is the concept. Just I'm comparing the two numbers. The maximum of two numbers will be printed over here. Right. So next we have the main program. So inside the main program, just like the normal previous examples, we are creating the object for a ABC class and we are calling the getDataMember function. Then object for another class XYZ and we are calling the getDataMember function. Then you just see here we are calling the friend function. Okay, so just like the normal function call we are calling. Okay, so in characteristics we have seen that the friend function will not use any object to access the particular member function. Okay, so it does not use any object. So without any object, directly it will call like a normal function call. Okay, so normally we will be calling the function with the help of the function name. So max of, here we are passing the object as the argument, right? So this will be the actual argument, right? So that it will come here and the values will be compared within this function definition. Okay, so I hope you would have understood this. Okay, so remember, if you know the example program, you can write the definition as well as the characteristics, right? Otherwise, if you know the characteristics and definition very well, by keeping that easily we can go for the program. Okay, so very few points we need to remember. This friend function, it is not like a normal member function, right? So the normal member function, we are going to make it as a friend function. Whichever function we are going to make it as a friend function, just to precede it with friend keyword, right? So that particular member function should be declared inside the class declaration part. And then in how many classes we are going to make this as a friend function? In all the classes, class declaration part, we need to have this particular line. Okay, and then when you are going for a friend function definition, it is like the normal function definition, right? It won't have scope resolution operator, and at the same time it won't have the friend keyword also, right? And obviously your friend function will be having the arguments, right? So the arguments will be passed. So here, which are the classes for which we are going to make this particular member function as a friend function? Those class names I have given. Here also you can give the object name, no problem, right? So here in the function definition, I have given the object, right? So some temporary object, or the since it is a formal parameter, I have used some variable, right? So next, from the main program, we are calling the friend function, and the friend function can be called without the object, right? Without the help of object, we can call the friend function. Okay, and here we are passing the actual arguments. Okay, so now let us see one example program. Example execution program, let us see. Okay, so you can see this particular program, so the same which we have seen in the PPT, right? I have created a class. So this type of declaration here itself, I have declared the class, right? So this is called as forward declaration of class. Okay, so like this also we can do. How many number of classes I have inside the program? All the classes I can give for forward declaration, right? And it should be terminated by semicolon. Okay, so if we are declaring in the beginning itself, then I have created another class called ABC, right? So here I am giving the class declaration. So the access specifier is private data member. In public, I'm giving two member function. One is get data, another one is max. So the max member function is the friend function, right? So I have passed the argument. The arguments are the two classes, and then I'm going for XYZ class definition, right? And these are the function definitions of get data of both the classes. So next here you can see that the member function definition of the friend function, right? Max function. So we have defined it, and then from the main program we are just calling that particular member function. Okay, so let us execute this program. Okay, so which variable is the maximum one? The second class variable is maximum, right? So what is the value we have given here? So the first class member A is having 30, the second class member B is having 50, right? So let me increase this. Okay, so now in this case, which one is maximum? The first class variable is maximum. The value is 70, right? So this is one sample program.